Hello and welcome back to another episode of Developing Nation with Celtic FC. I am Mr. Wilson FM. There's a lot of games to cover, so we're going to get straight into it and then I'll join you back here in a second. In this game, we are at home against Hamilton, trying to say it correctly. Good start. It's quite a good victory, 3-0. We played really well. I stuck with the same tactic, and I've generally been sticking with the same tactic that we used in our last game. The fantastic win against Bayern Munich. There you can say we start off on a really good front foot. That was only a couple of minutes into the game. We followed up Sviatchenko with a second from the set piece, from the corner. Chris did the assist. We do get a penalty, rarely scored. If you've been watching other YouTubers, you see that a lot of penalties have been saved in this game, but we did score that one. We did make it 3-0. We got the win. As you can see, 67% possession, 14 shots, 4 on target. We did play really well in this game. The front three, bar Griffiths, who didn't have a good game, I took him off half time, but the rest played extremely well. Defence played great. This game was excellent. In this game, there's not really any highlights to show you, to be honest. It was a 0-0. We again dominated possession. We had a few chances, but not many. And unfortunately, as you probably will see in the next few, it did start a bit of a slump with this. It did kind of debating what to do in terms of tactic. Obviously, I've been chopping and changing it from the very beginning, trying to get one that I am really passionate and excited about. Something a little bit different. Like I say, I didn't want to go with the order. If you watched the first video, you wouldn't know that. I want to do something a little bit different. This striker class one is really intriguing me, and that's why I'm kind of sticking with it, but we didn't play well at all in this. It was a 0-0. It's still a point, at least we didn't lose a game, but we do move on to the next game. The next game was in the Champions League after that great win, 3-1 at Bayern Munich. We unfortunately could not carry on that form. We did play awful. It was just awful in this game. As you'll see by the scoreline above, we did not contribute. We did have most possession again, which has been, and it's one of the things I like possession, but it seems to be just going, getting us nowhere. As you can see, we'd managed to defend the first sort of crossing, but it just landed perfectly for Kane to smash it into the back of the net. It was disappointing. We just didn't get out this time, which would do this a lot, and as we'd get the ball up and we'd start to maybe overlap or have players going forwards, and bang, we'd lose it, and we'd be on the back front, a through ball straight in, and we're under pressure. And there you go, Ericsson from Kane makes it 2-0, and that was within quick fire. We were 2-0 down, and it was starting to go obviously all wrong for us. We had a lot of spells where we would keep the ball for a little bit, pass it around, would get something up, and as you see in Wanyama, make it 3-0. Easy to like Alderweireld passes it through. Wanyama runs in, who must be the defensive midfielder, and he makes it 3. Again, we had possession, we had some chances, but we just did not do anything. As you can see, everyone was extremely poor. One thing I've noticed I need to play around with is there's no one in the box for the wingers. So we've been doing so well in wingers, bombing on, whipping crosses in, but there's no one for them to whip the crosses into at the moment. With those shadow strikers, I'm going to have a look at that. Try and get them up there a little bit more. Try and get some support up there for them. Because at the moment, we're losing one of our biggest threats that we've had, and that is our fantastic wing backs. They're now starting to struggle to do anything because they're getting there and then checking back, and that's not what I want to do. But onwards and upwards, on to the next game. And the next game was at home against St Johnstone. Actually, no, this was at a neutral ground, it wasn't home. Neutral ground, this is in the Cup semi-final. Trying to get through to the final. There was only one goal in this, and it came extremely late, as you can see, 81st minute. Again, wasn't our best. We dominated possession, which all these you have seen, we have been the most possession. Brown, the scorer in this one. He's been one of the better players, I'd say, in this run, but it's not. We're not as good as we can be. We're still edging out some of the results, but it can get better. I've been tweaking it as we go, and as you will see when we get into the game today, it's still been tweaked. But 1-0, we go into the final, which you'll definitely live come and see. But that was 1-0 win. On to the next game. So in the next game we was away against Hearts, and this was a very disappointing game. We didn't get started. We just, I say, a lot of this run has been disappointing, to be honest, since that excellent win. And we've had a few problems with morale as well, and I don't know if it's because we've not been playing that good, if we've not been, because we haven't been at our fluid best, but for some reason it's gone from, it was superb, and we've only lost, I mean, we obviously lost against Tottenham and Hearts, but that's it. We've drawn a game, we still won a game, we've got to a final. It just seems a bit hit miss that the morale dived so bad, as you can see, whipped across in near post, finished it off. Nice finish, unfortunately we just didn't defend it well enough. Obviously both goals coming in the second half, and there is a set piece headed in. We're not marking our players as good as we should be doing. And like I say, the morale has taken a bit of a dive in recent sort of this run. Did some individual thoughts, praising training, praising conduct. Obviously, if he deserved it, he did get it back up a bit, and obviously it has improved. But it just seemed a bit weird that it went from very good to like poor overnight. It just seemed to literally be. I know it wasn't even in the game. It was just during the week. I'd sort of gone in and looked at something and seen the morale was there. I'd come out, done a few next couple of days. I think when they're doing the team, I sort of, why is everyone poor? What's going on here? It just seemed to randomly just change, which is a bit weird, but we move on. And the game we move on to is at home, I guess, against Ross County. This was a much better performance from us. We played a lot better. I say better, play better in the second half. The first half we still seemed a bit sluggish. I had to really go in aggressive and say, show me something else in the second half. And to be fair, they did. 10 minutes into the second half, we got that goal. As you can see, only a minute or two later, Christie to Brown. And like I said early in these Hearts packages, Brown has been one of our better players. He does add his second in the last 3 or 4 games, I'd say. Then we've got a corner, Armstrong in, Sviatchenko headers it in at the near post. Makes it 3-0. Comfortable win, did really well. We've got a lot more shots. We were playing a lot better there, especially in the second half. First half we were still a bit hit and miss. As you can see, some of the forms are still not brilliant, but we are still playing with things and trying to improve things. Hopefully we will get there. That's the end of the highlights, and on to today's game. So we've seen the highlights there of the games. As you can tell, I mean, I'll quickly go to this schedule. It's been an iffy run. Obviously we've got 3-0 battering away by Tottenham. Obviously that's who we play in today's game at home. In the Champions League, hopefully we can do better. We lost away against Hearts. It has been a bit poor. Since that 3-1, it's not been as good. I mean, 3-0 against Hampton was actually really good. So it's probably more since that one, but it has started to slip down a bit. It picked up in that second half of the Ross County game, which hopefully we can carry that form into this game. And on a little bit of a run, we have got a final coming up, which I am going to live com against Kilmarnock in a League Cup final, our first final of this series. So hopefully we can get some silverware nice and quick, but not sure what to expect today's game. It could go either way. It depends what team really turns up and how they do it, how they form and how they play. Obviously, I've changed a few things. Changed a few roles, some bits and bobs. I was playing a strikerless formation without really embracing how strikerless formations are supposed to be played, with the pressing and everything like that. So I'm kind of trying to, bring that into this start too. A lot more pressing, a lot more roaming, and just see how it goes. I mean, it's a bit of a dodgy game to kind of push it into such a high-profile one against such a good team that it's just doing so well actually. Obviously they're 14 before, but looking at their run they was on, they'd won quite a lot of games. Where are they now? So 5. They're on a better run. Still not doing amazingly, but when you look at the squad they've got with Harry Kane, Alderweireld, Walker, Trippier, Lamela, Sissoko, Ericsson, Dembele, there's a lot good quality players there. Much better quality, strength and depth wise than ours. I mean, £36 million per Ericsson, again, it's still much more than what our entire squad's worth. But hopefully, we said the same about Dortmund. I mean, not Dortmund. Majorly screwing up there. The 2 German teams against Bayern Munich, where we beat them 3-1 dramatically. Need to make sure I do remember to check the only commentary because I've done the highlights, because we don't want to miss another goal again. That really left me confused. But let's get into this game. I don't want that go on too long. Let's hopefully see how we get on. So that's the team I'm obviously going with. I'll double check, make sure I've not forgot to do anything with that. I'm going to take this off again. Team talk. Where I left off. Yeah, let's do that. I want them motivated. I want them happy. If you're hearing noise, I've got a rabbit running around like a mental nutcase at the moment. So I do apologise for that if you can hear it in the background. I do share my office with two unruly pets. It must be said. So let's get into this game. Hopefully, it will get a lot better. Max, what are you doing? Right, so we're starting off. Oh, almost forgot it. I even talked about it and I almost forgot. 7 minutes in, hopefully we can do, you know, I don't mind if we lose because I'm not expecting us to go out and smash Tottenham or anything like that, or even I'm not expecting a victory here, but it's just if we can do a good performance, that's what matters to me most, is having a good performance. As I say that, Griffiths storms through, and that's the first time really he's contributed since the Bayern Munich / Hamilton game that came straight after. In the last like 4 games or so, he has been non-existent. If he's played, generally he's got subbed off quite early, but he has come up for a plum here. And within 15, 16 minutes, we have taken a lead against Tottenham. Looking at the stats, it is 1 shot, 1 on target, 1 goal, 50% possession so far. As you see, burst through into the net. Lloris probably should have done better, but he didn't, and we have taken the lead. Now the main thing is, as long as we don't concede straight away, which used to happen a lot on FM16, is you take the lead and immediately be begged back. But we have stolen it here. Brown plays into Armstrong, gets it wide to Tierney. And now earlier I was speaking about there weren't as many options going, but he has got some. And Griffiths has come and made it 2-0. I cannot believe this. In a space of a few minutes, he has had his 10th goal of the season. Tierney plays it into Armstrong. We have got that midfield jam-packed with players. Christie squares it to Griffiths, and he scores his 2nd goal. As you can tell, I'm extremely excited. Was not expecting this in my wildest dreams. Again, it's like the Bayern Munich game. We have turned up for the big game. Can we add another? Griffiths on a hat-trick now within 25 minutes. Plays into Christie. Christie, can he pick some up? McGregor into Armstrong. Back to Christie. Christie! Oh, he's hit the bar! Oh, and Griffiths it's offside anyway, but he just couldn't get to the rebound in time to put it in. We are playing sublimely so far. Hopefully we continue this up. Armstrong into Christie again. Armstrong, can he find someone? He was all the way through to Lustig. Pass it into Christie, and he has added a 3rd. It is 3-0 to Celtic at home against Tottenham Hotspur, who were top of the group going into this game. That will send us 3rd. It looks like Bayern and Napoli maybe are drawing. They have a point. I know they lost the first 2 games. Obviously, one was against us, but Christie with a great header. Great cross from Lustig, and that's why I mentioned we need to get our wing backs doing what they're great at, and that's getting good crosses in with people on end of them. Christie with the ball, Svitchenko, Torre is there, unbelievably. This is just getting unbelievable now. Svitchenko with the header on to his centre half partner, and Torre is there to fire home for us. Christie with the ball in, Svitchenko, as you can see there, and then he just beats his man Vertonghen to fire it home. 37 minutes gone on. We are 4-0 up against Tottenham Hotspur. Hopefully we don't concede just before half time. If we can just see this out, Gordon claims. Hopefully we can just see this out to half time, because that would be a sublime first half performance from us there. Beyond my wildest expectations. As you'll tell, I'm extremely excited by how we're doing here. I really did not think we'd be doing anything in this group. When I saw it come out, it definitely looked like the group of Griffiths is through here. Oh, I thought he was going to add his hat-trick within the first half. Probably he should have done. It was saved though, and we do go in 4-0 up at half time. Now, I hate saying keep it up, I like the way things are going, because it always means if your team are doing really well, it always tempts to make them go down, drop off. But I'm going to have to do it because there's nothing more I can really say. They are playing unbelievably here against a much better opponent. But collectively, we and our tactic seems to be working quite well here. I have changed it up from the last. This is the first time I kind of played this tactic, and with the tweaks I've done, and it does seem to be working. Obviously, it is a one game. You can't base everything on one game. I do want to bring off Tierney. Hopefully, I have brought him on the bench because he is knackered, and I don't want to risk him. Especially early season, we did seem to get a lot of injuries back to back, but we've not had as many recently, and I do want to avoid getting any more, especially to keep a player like Kieran Tierney. So hopefully we can just keep it tight now and not have a disappointing collapse, because obviously we have taken our foot off the gas. It looks like a bit, or they've come into it. Dembele is through, and as I'm saying it, we do concede. I am going to tell them to concentrate, because I don't want it to end up like 4-3, because it does really take the shine off the result on that first half performance, which was superb, flawless in fact. But obviously they're good team, so I did expect them to kind of potentially even come back into it. But it's a highlight straight from the kickoff here. Hopefully that's how we're not going to collapse. There's still time, and you never want to curse it saying it's definitely tied up and done. And that's why I generally hate doing that to you, just pretty much saying the game's won by saying you're doing great, because you can always do better. No matter how great you're doing, you can always do better. You can always improve in some way and keep going in other ways. And they do come forward again. Kane, oh my god, and this is what I'm talking about. They've added a second now. And now it comes decision mine, because decision on what to do. Demand more. I do not want to concede another one now. Let's bring off McGregor in that playmaking role. We're going to swap him with Bitten. Although Bitten has really no physicals whatsoever, so I'm going to stick with Aya there. Prefer to have him a dealing playmaker. I'm not playing Aya as much at the moment just because I want to kind of give him more the second half of the season. Gonna go counter, I think. Yeah, we'll go counter. Oh, there's a highlight. Oh, there's a highlight. If they pull another one back, this is gonna get. This is gonna get extremely nerve-wracking. We're gonna pull these guys back. What the hell is Rodgers doing there? What? Oh my god. Did I not bring later on? I chose later. What happened here? I cannot believe that. I am certain I chose Tony later. For some reason, Rodgers has been on since the 60th minute, and it's exactly when we start conceding goals left, right, and centre. Of course, I've had an attacking midfield player basically at left back. I cannot believe that's happened. I am certain I picked later. Oh my god. Right, well, in this case then, we're going to bring him on for Brown because he's on a booking. I don't want to get him sent off. We're going to swap those two over. And bring later on for Brown. I cannot believe that's happened. No wonder we conceded goals playing a midfield player there. That is just... Oh my god. I'm sure I picked later as well. I cannot believe that happened, but hopefully that's going to be it. 4-2 win. We did take our foot off the gas. Combined with whatever happened with that substitution, whether it's me and that my finger slipped to the player below, it is full time, it is 4-2. That is a fantastic victory. Nobody will have given us a chance. I certainly wasn't thinking or expecting anything. We've managed to do it, and it's a fantastic result. As you can see in the group, played 4 now. We've won 2, lost 2. 6 points. Now, it's obviously extremely tight, and ideally, I'd want whoever plays Bayern Munich next to beat them, because then really it means that we've got it. We've got that third place, and that's what's most important. I mean, just let's see who it is. We play Napoli, and then we've got Bayern Munich at home. Oh, that's potentially could be such a huge game. Napoli seem to do really well in the group, and it's away. Unlikely we'll get anything out of that. We've then got the final. I'm probably just going to do the final because I don't think we're going to get anything out. We're probably going to lose 2-3-0. That's my kind of anticipation of it. But that final, chance for some silverware, and then we'll do the final group match, the Champions League, to see what happens. Do we qualify for Europa League, which is kind of my target, is Europa League, because hopefully we get an easier draw in the knockout stages of the Europa League. We might be able to progress a little bit. Quickly while you're here, let's have a look at the European coefficients, see where they're at the moment. So we was obviously 25th. Let's just look at organised by the current season rating. So it looks like 19th maybe. Didn't want to say quite for too long, but I was just trying to count it up. But it looks like maybe 19th, which would be excellent. That's 6 places above. 21.3. We do have a little bit of a cushion on there, and as you can see, based on the recent results made, 4.3, 4.3, we're doing a 6.6, so we're doing far superior, and that's what we needed. 20.3, we're not far off that place. Hopefully we can push that and maybe even get a 19th, 18th position. That would be fantastic for the first season. Give us a good jump up, then we can try and focus on maybe attacking these sort of positions, and so on and so forth. Quick one as well, club coefficients. Organised out over 50 odd, and it definitely are moving up around the AC Milan and like Inter, Rome above those, which is fantastic. Again, 9.3, far superior on what, but apart from that season there, we did excellent by the looks of it. 12, 13, but very good start, very good match, and I really hope you've all liked this. If you have, please drop a like, subscribe. We've got 1.29 million for that, which is excellent. All goes in the kitty. I hope you're all enjoying this save, and it's becoming more and more fun now we get into the games. I'm trying to relax and enjoy this a bit more, getting more used to doing the recordings. If you have, please like, subscribe. You can always follow me on Twitter at Mr. Wilson FM, and I'll see you in the next episode.